Hi and welcome back to the channel. I've been meaning to make this video for a while now, and as you can tell from the title of the video, it's the dreaded restricted performance triangle of doom. And before I get into what the problem is, I'll just tell you a quick little story of some issues I've been having with the car recently. It all really started, I suppose, with an emergency trip that I had to make from Birmingham down to Buckfastleigh in order to pick my wife up because she'd fell and broken her arm while on holiday. She'd been into hospital, but anyway, I won't go into the details. Subsequently, I had to get into the car and whiz down there and bring her back. Now, just prior to going down to Buckfast, I had some warnings come up when I tried to start the car, and it said battery low in the key. So I changed the battery, still said battery low in the key. Tried the next key, same warning came up. This one's an amber triangle, so not the red one, fortunately. So I changed the battery again, and still the same issue. I got some brand new batteries, put the batteries in, and still both keys were saying low battery. So anyway, I had no choice but to whiz down to Buckfast. Now, as I got on the motorway and started accelerating up to cruising speed, a red triangle came in and restricted performance. So I couldn't really turn back, so I had to go all the way down to Buckfast and come back under the red triangle of doom and limp mode. So it was a bit of a squeaky bum time, shall I say. And 360 miles down there and back under restricted performance. Got back, I thought, right, I've got to find out what the problem is. So I bought myself a diagnostic. I'll go into this particular piece of kit in more detail in another video, but I hasten to say this is a really good bit of kit, and it can do a lot of things for your Range Rover and Jaguar. So it covers all models in for both car makes. Well, JLR, aren't they? Anyway, so yeah, now I've got two issues. I've got the restricted performance issue, and then I've got the batteries issue in the keys. I had to keep using the car for short journeys, but eventually I parked the car up on the drive, got in it to start it, and keys not recognised. So I couldn't start the car, and it did get to a point where I couldn't even open the doors on the car with the keys. So what I had to do is open the key fob up and enter the car through putting the key in and opening the door. Then there's an old trick whereby you get the key, even if the battery is low or not working, hold it to just underneath there's a bit of a ridged area underneath the steering column. You hold your key there, and then that should allow you to start it, but even that didn't work. So I did a little bit of reading, and if you disconnect the battery for 10, 15, 20 minutes, reconnect it, the ECU, I believe I'm saying this correctly, resets to factory. Reset that, and lo and behold, I could start the car. Batteries were recognised as being fully charged in both keys. Started the car up again. The restricted, as you'd expect, the restricted performance red triangle disappeared. So I took it for a test drive, accelerated hard, and then it came back. So this is where the diagnostic tool came in. Plugged it in and we got a code of P006A, and I'm quoting here, which means one bank of the engine has a different air pressure than the other, causing limp mode to protect the engine and the turbos. So that's what we have. So it could be something as simple as a split in the inlet pipe, and I'll go and show you actually what it is in a minute. Or it could be something like a split inlet manifold, which is a very common thing for Range Rovers, especially 3 litre 2.7 TD V6s. I don't believe the V8s suffer from that particular issue. So that's where we are. I will actually show you what the diagnosis is as far as I understand it at the moment. So I'll open the bonnet and we'll go and have a look exactly what the issue is and whether I'm lucky enough that it's a split air pipe. Okay, so here we are under the engine bay. Now you've got this inlet pipe here, which is absolutely fine. So if we take the top of the engine cover off, let me get a rag first. So if we take this top off first of all, put that to one side for a minute. We have one inlet manifold over here underneath this rubber cover, and we have another one just here. Now I'll take you off the tripod so we can get a bit of a better look. So if we look down here, we can see that under there it's pretty clean. So that suggests that there is no crack or leak from that particular inlet manifold. But if we come over to this side, you can already see that there's a lot of gunge and oil deposits down there. And if we lift this up, you can see quite clearly that there's a lot of leakage there from that particular inlet manifold. So that is our issue, and that is what is causing the difference in pressure between the inlet and where the air goes into the turbo. So that's why it goes into restricted performance mode. So I'll sit back in the car and I'll try and rig the diagnostic up so that you can see the actual code. Okay, I'll switch the diagnostics on, and we've done an auto scan of all the modules, and we can see that the engine control module has 2 faults. And if we go into more detail, read fault code. It's a historic issue, but it's current as well, and it says P006A00, and that is manifold absolute pressure, mass or volume airflow correlation, and the cause of that is what I've just shown you. Now I can get rid of that code, obviously, but as soon as you accelerate above 2,500 RPM, or the engine's under more load, then that code will just come back, and it's obviously an issue that needs sorting. otherwise it could seriously damage the turbo. And I really hope that my journey down to Buckfast and back hasn't caused that sort of problem, as that would be very expensive. Okay, so what am I going to do about this issue? DIY route, well, let's put it like this. Jaguar Land Rover put it down as a 10-hour job to replace an inlet manifold on one of these. And it's a right faff apparently. I've watched a few videos on YouTube about people who actually attempted and succeeded in doing it. But as you can probably see from other videos on my channel, I've got more than enough work to do on cars at the minute. And as this is my daily driver, although I mainly do short journeys, I'm going to get someone else to do it. Well, I'm going to get the local independent Range Rover specialist to tackle this job, and I've heard of people having rather an expensive bill at the end. So I was thinking in probably 1,500 quid. Well, I've been quoted a very reasonable, I think, for a 10-hour job of £750. And that's going in to get that done on the 2nd of October. So I'll report back as to how it went in the next video. Now, a lot of you would like to know a bit more about this diagnostics tool, but that will be coming up in another video because it's got a vast range of functions which a lot of other even more expensive tools do not have. And it cost me £160. I believe you can get it a little bit cheaper, say 150, if it's under special offer. But I purchased this from Amazon, and I'll try and leave a link in the description below. Okay, so I think we'll wrap up the video there. I know it's fairly short and there's not much content in this video, but I just thought I'd run through the story of what happened, the problem with the ECU, the keys, and the problem I had when I went down to Buckfast and back, and the end result. So hopefully the next video you see will be resulting in a car that has not got the red triangle of doom. Okay. So there's going to be lots more to come on the Range Rover. I'm currently toying with the idea of whether to keep it or not. My heart says yes, my head says I don't know. But anyway, we'll go into that in a later video. So yeah, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe because it all helps the channel. Please comment as well if you want to. It'd be most appreciated. And yeah, see you in the next one. Bye.